Mr. Hoekstra, are you an advocate for free speech?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Does that include people expressing opinions that you disagree with?
Absolutely, yes.
So if an American is resident in Canada, should they, under Canada's also is free speech nation, should they be free to express their opinion on world affairs?
In this video, we're going to see Senator Jeff Merkley really highlight and show the stranglehold that it is that Donald Trump has got on Republicans and the Republican Party. Let's watch it all together and then I'll unpack it and give you my thoughts towards the end.
American citizens present in Canada or any foreign country have an obligation to live under the laws of that country.
Well, I'm asking about Canada specifically, and they have free speech rules. Should American Canada be able to express their opinion about world affairs?
Within the framework of the Canadian legal system, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So, and that includes things that the President or the Prime Minister of Canada disagrees with?
If the should Americans be able to say something in Canada that the Canadian Prime Minister disagrees with?
Yes.
That is an American value. If it is consistent, I believe, to my background, I don't know all the specifics of Canadian law, but if confirmed, I will take a look at it. And obviously, you've got some concerns here that I would be more than willing to, work with you and see exactly what the concerns are.
Well, I've always viewed the United States as a champion of free speech.
Yes.
But we have the situation with the advocate who expressed concerns about the situation in Gaza, being detained, arrested by the U.S. government last week in New York, and was arrested because of his opinion differing with the president's. Don't you think that's very un-American?
Again, I know something about this. I'm not an expert. The understanding of the I'll probably get into. I don't know all the legal ramifications for this individual who was in the United States, under what status and what rights he exactly has. So
he was here under a green card. Don't people on green card have freedom of expression in the United States of America?
Again, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't have the legal background on this. This is something that you really need to take
up. If the
up.
United States is detaining people because their views disagree with the president's, doesn't that set a very bad precedent for the world?
I think you have to take a look at exactly what status they have in the United States and what freedoms under U.S. law those individuals have. That is.
So if somebody is in the U.S. and they express an opinion that the President of the United States doesn't like, they should be free to express that.
If their status, depending on, this will all, it's a hypothetical question in terms of what they've
It's
said.
not that hypothetical.
And
we just have a case of somebody under a green card being arrested for their opinion on a war in Gaza.
I don't.
Myself, I support free speech. I support people being able to say lots of things the president disagrees with. Don't you?
I agree. I agree on free speech. I agree that people should be, in America, should be allowed to speak, express their views consistent with the legal requirements and the legal boundaries by which they are here in the country.
Well, I hope with that viewpoint, you will call up the president and say, we need to not arrest people for their views on foreign policy here in the United States of America, that it's wrong under our Constitution, it's wrong under the law, it's wrong under the example we set around the world, that we are going to be champions of freedom, not folks who take political prisoners.
So there's so many things to kind of look at and unpack here. In my personal opinion, this video just once again exposes Republicans, the Republican Party, and the stranglehold that it is that Donald Trump has on them. Let's flip the script here. Let's say if Joe Biden was literally the person who was doing this, who was having an individual deported from the country simply because that individual said something, not hate speech, but that individual exercised their right and the free speech that it is that they gave. Joe Biden didn't like it. If that was the case, and this is what was happening, and they literally disappeared this individual and had this person ready to be deported, the right would be going absolutely bonkers about this. They'd be losing their mind about this situation, plain and simply just because of the fact that they don't like and they're not happy about the fact of what it is that's happened. But we can see here an individual, don't know his name fully, Hoekstra. We can see Peter Hoekstra literally there, knowing the truth and knowing the answer to the question, because that's one thing I know about Americans. They really do believe in that, the First Amendment right that it is that they've got. He knows the truth. He knows the answer to the question, and he knows deep down what it is that he believes. But plain and simply, because of the stronghold that it is that Donald Trump has on Republicans, on everybody on the right, they will not defy the orange demigod. They won't go against him simply because they're scared of the repercussions. We've seen it multiple times. People go against Donald Trump, and what happens? He puts out a tweet or he puts out something on Truth Social, and then literally the next thing you know, everybody then goes against that person. That's the sort of power that it is that this individual has. Now, this is the thing for me, and there's a few things here that are quite interesting for me. There's a few things here. Number one, they're setting a bad precedent moving forward. The right is. And let me explain the reasoning as to why. Fast forward 4 years when Donald Trump is out of office. If he decides to get out of office, you never know with this guy. But fast forward 4 years. Let's say, for example, the next president, let's say they're a Democrat. What's the problem and what's the difference going to be when they implement an exercise? Sorry, if they do the exact same thing that you guys on the right was happy with, what's going to be the difference then? There's not going to be a difference, because you've literally shown your cards with everything that it is that we're seeing right now. You're setting a very dangerous precedent moving forward, plain and simply because you are allowing Donald Trump and his administration to go against your guys' constitution, what it is that you guys have followed for years and years and years, simply because of the fact that Donald Trump doesn't want you to. This is what the problem is with this situation. And this is what the problem is with the whole of the Republican Party right now. Individuals may not like what it is that Mahmoud has said. They may not like it, but he has the right to be able to do it, especially due to the fact that he's a green card holder as well. So he gets to exercise those rights the exact same way all other Americans do. Under certain circumstances, does his rights get stripped away, but none of those circumstances have took place in this situation. That's the reason as to why the right and this current Trump administration are struggling to explain and put together reasoning behind why it is that they still have this individual, detained. This is a very crazy situation, but just another situation that exposes the stronghold Donald Trump has on the right and the Republican Party. And the reality is this: it's not getting any better. No one is willing or confident enough to stand up to this guy. And what we're seeing grown adults that know the truth, that know about the Constitution, that know about the rights of Americans, but they're willing to put all of those facts on the back burner simply because of the fact that they want to either, number one, hold on to power, or number two, assume some power. In this case that we can see with Peter Hoekstra, we can see that I believe he's trying to be sworn in to be the ambassador to Canada or something like that. So because of the power that it is that he's trying to attain, he's not willing to tell the truth, but he knows the truth. That's the reason why we've literally seen him just sitting there stuttering, trying to wordplay, because he doesn't want to outright say, you know what, you're right. He doesn't want to, because he doesn't want to go against the orange demigod. This is where it is that we're at with the Republican Party. This is where it is that we're at when it comes to MAGA. Very, very crazy, crazy times. But like I said, if this was Joe Biden, the right would be losing their minds over the fact that it is that Joe Biden's done this. Crazy times, but should we be surprised? No, we shouldn't. But as usual, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below this video. While you're down there, give the video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing if you're interested in an outsider's opinion on American politics, me being the outsider living across the pond in the UK. I'll see you guys in the next one.